What is up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to Quintero o Dinero. And in this episode of Attached to Nothing, Connected to Everything, featuring Emily Hamilton, shout out to Emily Hamilton, we were unable to capture the full video. However, we were still able to capture significant moments of the podcast. If you ask me, the best parts of the podcast, and put it all together in one. You can also check out the audio on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or the direct website, quinteroodinero.com. Thank you guys for supporting, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.
Denver. And that, man, there was one moment, though, is where I guess there was someone made an anonymous phone call to, the ambulance, 911, saying that we were in a car and they didn't know if we were dead or not. And so the ambulance showed up. I was not, I didn't know all this was going on. Like, I was out. And so I woke up in the hospital and they had told me, we found you in a car and, we had to revive you. And I woke up and my boyfriend at the time, he wasn't there. I had my clothes and that was it. And he had my phone, he had the car, he had everything. And the nurses pretty much gave him my clothes and said, you need to leave now. Because, what I did was basically, that shouldn't have happened. Yeah. Like, I was wasting their time. Like, they could be helping people that really needed help, And so, yeah, and I didn't have my phone, and I was in Denver. So I didn't know anybody's phone number. I knew my parents' phone number, and they lived in Virginia, at the time. And so it was, you find out how alone you really are at that point. And, just I didn't want to do that anymore. And that was just super eye-opening for me, But yeah, I'm glad that, first of all, I had to get away from that guy. Yeah. Once I got away from the guy, then my journey began in sobriety.
Mm.
So.
During your low point?
The person that I knew 30 years ago, I don't even know her. Like, the last year I did some growing emotionally. I read self-help books and stuff like that. And I learned that I think it's like if you do something for 21 up to 30 days, it'll start to become a habit. And so the first 30 days, I worked on turning a negative into a positive. And then it just started happening. And then the next 30 days, I worked on not reacting, sitting back.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. And what you're doing takes a lot of ovaries,
Yeah.
Is speaking on your mistakes. We don't like to talk about our mistakes.
Right.
But if we don't learn from mistakes, how are we going to grow? Absolutely. I think our mistakes are the most important thing to focus
Absolutely.
on, so we don't repeat them.
I heard that, especially like, in AA or NA, when you get up and speak, that the hardest part of your story is the most impactful. And so, if you share a rough story, it's gonna help people the most. And so, and honestly, like, that's what I'm doing here today is I wanted to come, and if I can help just one person, then, I'm happy. I'm glad that I did this, because honestly, for me, it's the meaning of life, is to help people. Taking what you love and giving it back. Knowledge, information, helping people. Mm-hmm.
That's, our duty as citizens or people is just to serve other people.
Yeah.
Take care of one another.
If you think about it, we're like cruising around in the universe on this tiny planet, little grain of salt, on the planet. We're all in this together. Like, is what you're worrying about really that big of a deal? Like, get that, where, just me talking to you right now, this is a reflection of me, the way, because it all has to do with how I'm perceiving this, and the way I perceive you is a reflection of me. So, just knowing that, and I don't think a lot of people get that, is, if you think, like, I do a lot with that at work, and it's funny because, like, we live in the Bible Belt, I mean, for, say an older lady, what society tells her is cool, or with that older lady, like, she looks at me because when she grew up, she was told that only prisoners, or outcasts, or
gang members.
I think, yeah, and I think in the Bible it says like slaves, and I don't know, it says something like you shall not, like, get tattooed, or yeah, exactly, you're holy, and so, if you think about that, I mean, her perception, that's the way she grew up, that's a reflection of her, and so I'm just her mirror, and so just thinking about that.
You just talk to so many people, and you just you see how it is from the other side.
Yeah. And it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's outlook is beautiful. It's just,
Hairstyle, piercings, you're walking all right.
Thank you.
I think it's pretty cool.
I like expressing myself. I like telling my story on my skin,
No, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sleeved up?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was, because of my dad, and I won't get a tattoo, but I don't mind, because I also think tattoos are badass. I think they're cool,
Right.
but I also think I can make my body an art,
Right. Absolutely.
And I got a little tattoo, a little comment for that song by Future,
Yeah.
Fuck up some comments, yeah. Yeah. Long story short, my friends and I, we got some little tattoo,
Yeah.
Just wanted to feel it. It's cool.
It's funny that my daughter will get, fake tattoos, and she'll go right for the neck and the hands, putting them on, And I'm like, what's going on? But then, she'll tell me, Mom, I'm never gonna get a tattoo. And that might not be your path. And she came up to me, she's like, you look like a witch. And I just gave her a curtsy, and I'm like, well, thank you. I mean, and that's her perception, but it's, yeah, I didn't take that as being mean. I took it as a compliment,
That's good.
Yeah.
So throughout your experience,
In order to, be in court and tell the truth, I think that's just, that's crazy, but, I mean, I definitely, bottom line, just be a good person.
be a good person.
Like, that's it. Like, there's wars going on over religion, and people are dying because of it. And that is insane to me. It is insane. It's just,
Darwin.
I think I remember that one.
And it talked about, what if, we said, I think religion wasn't real. I think that's what it was. And I remember when I was in El Paso, my friend was telling me, he's like, I know you don't believe in religion, but he was kind of like demanding me to believe in Jesus. And I'm like, I want to say I believe in Jesus, but, at the end of the day, I don't know. And not even to, hate on any churches or anything like that, but
Right.
I see Jesus, he looks white, but he was in the Middle East.
Right.
I don't want to get into a rabbit hole, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know if he's real or not. I hope he's real, but what if we all agree that he wasn't real? How would life be? Would there be more peace?
Right. I believe he was, but I don't believe that he was the person, or he could do the things that they say he could.
The Messiah.
Mm-hmm. And what makes your religion the right religion? Like, you know, who's to say that, you know, well, I mean,
the Book of Mormon.
Exactly, right? It's just, you know, who's to say that Muslim isn't the right religion? Or, you know, how do you know?
To a certain extent, you know, you don't have to, I don't know, you know, again, it's tough topic, you know, politics.
It really is, yeah.
Because people care so much, you know, people care.
And it's like, it's their opinion. They will speak to you about what they believe in like it's a known fact, or like it is, you know, I don't know, it's, you're not allowed to be open-minded about things anymore. No. You know, about that kind of way. Yeah. Music speaks to me. When I'm having a hard time, I go straight to music. And I think it's because like it's hard for me to express my feelings. Just, you know, like as we were talking about earlier, the generational trauma of not expressing your feelings well, you know. I feel like, you know, in doing so, that your emotions are, you're not able to figure out what emotion you're having. And so I can't speak about it because I don't. Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, why? He's like, this music's a little heavy. And I'm like, you know, and it's just, it's sad music, you know, it's just, it is, you know, but I think it's more, I can relate more, yeah. You know, with everything that I've been through in my life. And maybe it's not relating at that certain time, but it's just, it's more emotion, yeah. I think, so.
My change in music has definitely changed. Especially when you start listening to the lyrics, the vocals.
Oh yeah.
You actually start hearing, you know, instead of just like listening at, because, you know, just people. Just start off by taking a cold shower and you'll see.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy because like you're like, well, let's do that breathing thing, right? And at first, the first thing that popped in my head, like once we started breathing, I was like, this is weird, you know? and then I was like, why? Like, you're here now, like just do embrace it. And it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing, you know? So yeah, I mean, it's just, it's, you can't think about it like you're separate from you guys. Like you have to think about it like you're in a whole and you're a team and you're working together, you know? And this is what you do to prepare, you know? So.
I mean, even with the Wim Hof breathing, I think there's more to it. I think in a way, you coming into my apartment, you know, you're female, and in the society it's unfortunate, but you know how it is. I don't even want to speak about it. So it's weird. So you coming into this place, you're already uncomfortable. But I think by doing this breathing workout, you relax and you kind of build that trust.
Right.
And you know, I believe there's like a spiritual connection when we all do
right.
this. I really do. Right. So it clears out the room and you're more comfortable.
Absolutely. So
that's why I like doing it. I think meditation is such a beautiful thing. I wish, you know, as friends, you know,
or like, oh, let's go to the bar and take shots. You know, like let's meditate. You know.
Pussy.
Yeah, I know. It's just because it's like, you know.
But then you do it and you're like, wow.
Right. No, I need to meditate a lot more, and I think that I need more guidance, and you know, which is funny because like what I've heard is that there's no certain way to meditate. You know, like you just kind of go with it. But being guided is completely different, you know, than you going at it and not being trained, you know, or like not being guided previous, you know, it's hard. The old me would definitely like, thought very highly of me now. but it's like, you know, it's just.
Because like the oldies are rock star.
Exactly, right?
The oldies are rock star.
Or a wannabe.
Or a wannabe.
You know, just.
Maybe.
Yeah, like trying to be something that, you know, she thinks is cool. Or,
that makes sense.
yeah.
I read this quote the other day, and it says that you have to deconstruct yourself of what you were constructed to in order to, I believe it was grow. I could be wrong with that last part, but it had something to do with growth.
Yeah.
Like if you want to grow, deconstruct everything that was constructed to you.
Yeah, so true. I like knowing what makes me tick.
Yeah.
You know, I like psychology, I like sociology, I like philosophy. You know, it's just I love you know, just learning more about myself and why I do the things I do and why do you do the things you do and what's the psychology around that, you know, and why is your perception, and, you know, it absolutely fascinates me. I love it.
In these future podcasts, I'll start sharing my mistakes. People know what's up. Again, it's, you know, it's to help people, and I think if people want to love you, at least give them your authentic self.
Right, absolutely. Who else are you going to be?
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Is there anything else you would like to say to the people?
No, I don't think so. I think I pretty much got it all.
Hey, that was awesome. Well,
but
if they want a haircut?
Well, yeah, if they want a haircut, I mean, you know, you can follow me at Hairpin Me Down 85, and you can DM me and check out my availability. And you know, if you're struggling with addiction, you know, recovery is possible, and you know, you can start over from scratch, and you know, just recovery is possible, really.
Yeah,
you know?
recovery is possible.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm 3 years sober. It's, you know, it's hard work, but you know, I wouldn't have been able to say that, you know, like back then.
I'm glad to hear you. I'm glad to hear you building that momentum. You're coming up, and I see your work on Instagram cutting hair. I saw Maida's hair; it was amazing. So keep doing great work. Yeah. Great person.
She is.
Okay, but other than that, thank you so much, Emily. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I hope to hear more from you soon. Hopefully in the future.